Hi, Krista. So I think I've just taken lazy to a new level. It's 9-ish, and I've been telling myself since like I got home at 5 from work. I didn't have choir till 7 actually, so I leave at 6:40. Um, and I had time to make a video, but instead of like I've got time for a nap, and because by then I watched your video during work. um, by then I knew I probably could go down and make The Hobbit because I've had notes done a couple days ever since you mentioned that you wanted me to do the video. So this is me finally, after I've been home from choir for a while, telling you what I thought about The Hobbit. So I guess on my defense for being lazy, I finished up the Iowa State basketball game, which we lost in overtime. Not that you care, really. So, first with The Hobbit. I have listened to The Hobbit a lot. I bought it for when I had to take a really long trip all the way across the state. So the round trip was 9 hours. The audiobook for The Hobbit is about 11 and a half. And so I wanted to find a book that I had already read before, and so if I zone out when I'm driving, I could tune back in and know where we were. So I got The Hobbit, because I love The Hobbit. And so I have listened to it a lot, and especially on the way back from, like, the past few years, going back from college and home. Not that I did that a lot, but, I know it really well by now. Probably better than Lord of the Rings. I used to read Lord of the Rings every year, but with The Hobbit, just putting it in my car. I guess I have the Fellowship on audiobook too, but I don't have Two Towers or Return of the King, so I always, like, feel really bad when I, like, end The Hobbit and I can't go on. So what I thought was good about The Hobbit. I love Martin Freeman. He's just amazing. I love him. I just want to squeeze him the whole time. I love him as John. I love him in Love Actually. I love him mostly what he does. I've seen a lot of his other stuff too. That just takes me a while to realize it's him. But I love him. And the casting in general was really good. I like who they chose. Of course, Ian McKellen for Gandalf is amazing. He was amazing in Lord of the Rings. You could tell that Ian Holmes, old Bilbo, you could tell he's 10 years older than when he had filmed the original Lord of the Rings. Elijah Wood, you could kind of tell he was a bit older in this, but yeah. I loved the beginning. I know you were a little worried with the pretty much doing the history of the Lonely Mountain and all that jazz. I'll get to that with my dislikes, but I liked the beginning, and I loved the Shire, and it made me so happy when they were doing of course, the Concerning Hobbits part that kind of tied it in with Lord of the Rings, and that, yeah. But I liked the good morning. And now, are you really meaning good morning? And that whole good morning stuff, I loved it. It had me smiling so much in the theaters. And like I said, I love everything in the Shire, and I loved the songs, like, don't you just love it? I love it. With Bilbo Baggins. What's another one? I really liked. See how fast I can find these. Why can't we do this in, like, not alphabetical order? How about track order? I need to learn how to work my iTunes. But give me a break, I haven't had it for that long. I just want the Misty Mountains song. I loved it. There we go. This one I really liked too. Yeah. It gave me chills, and I'm like, oh, I like it. Oh, we'll leave it in on the background. If you can even hear it. But yeah, loved it. Come on. Okay. Riddles in the Dark. The only thing I have that I didn't like about this was, I need to blow my nose. Did I not Phoenix down here? was, I just get so distracted when I make these. Like, things pop up on my screen, and I'm like, whoa, let's play with them. And I shouldn't, because I'm talking to you. Riddle in the Dark. So in Lord of the Rings in the prequel, when Ian Holm, like, with his face, is all like, whoo, and he stumbles in the dark. He's like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a ring. And he puts it in his pocket. I totally was hoping they'd reenact that in The Hobbit, when he, like, stumbles across it, instead of being like, except I can't quite remember how it happened in the movie now. Because I went and saw it opening weekend with my sister. She was actually bordering hating the movie when she first saw it, mostly because what I'll talk about with the dislikes in a minute. Don't sleep on me. I probably should just rewind so I know what I'm talking about, instead of looking blankly at my iPod. Instead of him being like with the ring, being like, oh, ring, put it in my pocket. He didn't do the whole stumbly thing. I think his sword saw it. Just found it. No, he saw Golem killing something. Yeah. Okay. Scenes. I liked the scenes that were done according to the book. Because you were talking about how you thought there were some things that you didn't quite remember. It's because they didn't happen in the book. They kind of did. They happened in the background where they're kind of mentioned, but they were not talked about. Only the hardcore people who have read the Silmarillion and the appendices in Lord of the Rings will know what's been happening. With all these, because it all did happen in a book, just not The Hobbit. It's just mentioned in The Hobbit, and since it wasn't the main purpose, like, of the story, it's just subplot stuff. Tolkien just mentions it, and if you want to learn about it, you read another book. Christopher Tolkien has put together a whole bunch of histories of Lord of the Rings. I own most of them. So, otherwise, when the scenes were actually happened according to the book, they did it quite beautifully. Though, bad. I have to read through what I said for bad. But anyways, with the troll scene with Bill and Tom, and I can't remember the last one, I just wanted them to do that normally. It didn't need to be a big battle where they're like, hurrah! I just wanted it to be the whole arguing, like, what do you mean cook him this way? No, what are you calling me an idiot for? And it's all Gandalf, but I like how they're trying to make it so Bilbo's doing it so he has a role in the group. But one of the things I think that was a problem, what kind of what kind of movie did they want to make? Did they want to make a kid's movie? Because The Hobbit is a kid's book. Do they want to make that? Or did they want to make a more action-packed, Return of the King thriller, like, battles everywhere kind of thing? Because I feel that they tried to put battles in a lot of places where they just didn't need them. And so it started to make it drag, I think, a little bit. I like the movie, I think. Like, after I get over my issues, I always tell myself, don't get pissed off, Becca. You've learned from Harry Potter just to take a step back. It's a companion, not a replacement. Companion. But, yeah, for one part, doing the songs, blunt the knives or break the plates, whatever. So it sounds like a kid's movie, but then the next minute, they're chopping heads off. So they just need to get that feel. It just was conflicting. What do I have on? God, stop flipping. On that note, it got a little, yeah. It felt like they added too much of the Silmarillion stuff, the big battle, because they wanted a big battle-y movie. Honestly, if Peter Jackson wanted to not make The Hobbit, like, you should make The Hobbit. It's a really good book. I like it. Stick to the original plot. Don't do it in 3 movies. Just do The Hobbit. And if you want to do another Middle-earth movie, like I said, Christopher Tolkien has compiled so many of the histories. Like, I wouldn't do the Children of Hurin or anything, because that's a lot of incest and kind of dark and creepy. But Beren and Luthien, I've talked to you about Beren and Luthien. They're quite a lot like Aragorn and Arwen. Actually, they're related. Did you know Arwen and Aragorn are related? Very, very distantly, but they are. And it's from Beren and Luthien. Beren is a mortal man, and Luthien was the daughter of, like elves, but, like, high elves. From, like, Valinor, which is, like, almost kind of the equivalent to heaven-ish. Silmarillion is quite confusing to read it all. But that has so many battles, and the Cimmerils, and Morgoth, who is even worse than Sauron. Melkor, Morgoth, kind of same thing. Yeah. I think they added just too much Silmarillion-y stuff. They didn't need to. Tolkien had these things as a backseat to The Hobbit for a reason, so it wouldn't get too heavy. Why'd they mess with the troll scene? Yeah, I did mention it in my notes. I was really upset. I don't know why I said I like the troll scene. I like the parasites or something. He's got parasites. But, Why did I? Also, I did not like Radagast. I couldn't get over the poopy beard, and he was just a bit too weird from what I pictured. I liked him in the book. Was he in The Hobbit? I have to really think about that. But I'm excited to see the last two, I guess, see how they're gonna wrap it up. But you're right, there are some quotes I did like. I did like the one that you're talking about with Gandalf, where he says, "Why the Hobbit?" and he said something about them being small and like steady, like even the way he acts, he gives him courage. I liked that quote as well. I liked Bilbo's quote about when they asked him why did he come back, and when he said, "You're right, I do often think of the Shire because it's my home, and you guys don't have a home, but I want to help you take it back." I really like that scene. And the hug, I'm like, really? They're hugging it out? I'm like, all right. And I knew they were going to end with that shot of the lonely mountain of Erebor up there. But the other thing is, I'm like, how the frick are they going to get down? The eagles left them in the most inconvenient spot. Did you see? It's like a little ledge. How are they going to climb down from that? The dwarves don't really seem like the most graceful of people. Yeah. So that's mostly what I was going to talk about. I'll try and think of more interesting videos to make, since I know I have more than just Krista watching me now. If you have any suggestions about what I want to talk about, I know I've seen some people suggest shows I need to watch, which I will get on it, I promise. I've just watched some of Once Upon a Time and Downton Abbey on Sunday. So, in the States here, Downton Abbey just started its 3rd season, so those Tumblr spoiled me a little bit. I want to watch the new movie that Angel Colby is in, and what Mordred's in, and Katie McGrath is in something called Labyrinth. I want to see all this. I want to see what the cast of Merlin is up to. Otherwise, book-wise, I don't know. I haven't really read anything new. I want to start the Game of Thrones. I've been reading way too much Merlin fan fiction. Like, it's really bad. I even started rereading some because I'm kind of ashamed when I shouldn't be ashamed. I should be like, yay, fanfiction, but I always get embarrassed when people ask me what I'm reading, and I'm like, just a book. I forgot the title. And it's about the war and stuff. And actually, way too long for this video. I probably should stop and talk about another one. But reading a lot of Merlin fanfiction. If you want to know what I'm reading right now, tell me, Krista, or anyone else if you're interested. I will tell you. I still have to read some of the stuff that you guys have suggested, mostly because I've been reading this fic that is really long. I'm blowing right through it, but still takes up some of my time. So I need to finish this. I'm really bad at ending. So I'm gonna stop now. Okay. Yeah. I love you, Krista. I hope you're feeling better. Bye.